3 countries, which I feel so blessed to even like say so, because I know that a lot of people can't do that, and I was one of those people. So I've been always like watching people vlog about their traveling or whatever, and I've always been like excited and wishing one day I could do that. So now that I had the chance to actually do it, I feel really blessed. I'm back to my house in China, and it's super hot, and I finally settled down, and I want to talk about it because I didn't vlog as much. I just took like short clips or whatever because I wanted to take in the whole experience, really like exist in the moment and feel everything. Anyways, let's debrief a little bit about the trip. So the first country I went to was Malaysia. Malaysia is such a beautiful country, and for me it was super easy to navigate. Everyone speaks English, and or most people speak English, and it's just meant for foreigners basically. It's a very touristic country, and a lot of people go there with their families and everything, so it was pretty smooth for me. It's definitely not like China, because in China most people don't really like speak English here, or at least where I live, so there's always like not problems to say so, but there's always like difficulties communicating, and yeah, I did not have that in Malaysia whatsoever. I went to Langkawi Island. It was such a beautiful island, very small, and I spent there almost like 10 days because I just wanted to go to a beach place and just go by the sea and enjoy the sea, go to swim, tan. That's really honestly all I wanted to do. And also had done a lot of things, met a lot of nice people there, made a couple of friends in there, which I think was so sweet. For someone who travels alone for the first time, it can be intimidating to go to a new country and try to like just navigate it by yourself, but honestly it was super safe, it was super nice, and as I said, like I met a lot of people and I made a lot of friends in there. I also went island hopping, so we went to different islands within like the bigger island in there, because everything was super close, so you can like go and see. And I felt like in the jungle. I really did feel like in the jungle, like you could see it. And I've had super cool experiences in there. I've seen like wild animals, wild snakes, and just right there. And also I went to a couple of lakes in there, and I went kayaking in there, and it was my first time actually kayaking in my life, so it was very what's the word very challenging, to say the least, because as much as it looks pretty simple, but when you are like in a real lake and there's other forces than you, for me it felt a little bit scary, to be frankly honest. But I was around a lot of people who were like helping me and guiding me through, and even like pulling me when I wanted to film or take pictures or whatever. So everyone was super nice, super sweet, and you wouldn't feel like, if you're someone like me who is okay with being alone, and who is absolutely fine traveling by themselves and doing things by themselves, it was pretty nice to see that a lot of other people went there by themselves, so it wasn't as challenging as it might sound to a lot of people. So it wasn't I don't know, it was more acceptable to ask people to take pictures of you, or to just like randomly start speaking to people, and it felt nice. It felt nice because I knew that people, or even like people would offer. People would actually offer their help, or they would offer to take pictures or whatever, and they would be like super sweet about it. So in the island I met like a couple of girls there, just living in there, not living in South Asia, and just like navigating through South Asia by themselves. Super sweet girls, and they were like very young, like 20, 24, and just exist. And I'm like, wow, go girls. And I also met this Chinese girl, and I've immediately became friends with her. She's super sweet, and she is a student in Kuala Lumpur. But it was super sweet, like to have people around you, like super cool, calm, whatever. You know, I felt like I needed that, or I felt like that was very nice. So after after spending a lot of time in Langkawi Island, and I felt like, oh, enough, let's go and discover a little bit of the city. I went to the capital, to Kuala Lumpur, and Kuala Lumpur is definitely a beautiful city and a lot of places to go to visit. So I went to the Pink Mosque. It's such a beautiful such a beautiful piece of architecture in the city, although it's not really in the city. It's a little bit like 20 kilometers from the city. It was so nice. I got to go inside, I got to film, I got to take a lot of pictures, I got to just exist in the serenity of the whole thing, so take in the whole thing. I also went to the Batu Caves, which were in the city, actually, not so far from the city. I think 9 kilometers from the city, so it wasn't that far. And when I arrived there, I saw this huge statues, and golden one. It's just gorgeous and beautiful, but there were like stairs. I don't know how many stairs, I think 800 or 900 stairs. And I'm kind of like, I kind of like have this phobia from stairs that I don't want to admit to myself, but I have it. So the way I was like seeing people going up in there, and I knew that I had to go because I'm here, I want to see, I want to get to go there. So I was just like fighting with my mind to go through that, and I did that. But there was also like a lot of monkeys around me, which was a little bit scary because they were like thieves, they would like steal from you, whatever. So I was fighting for my life to walk these stairs, but at the same time I was like worried about monkeys or whatever. I'm like, oh my god. But once I was in there, I got to be like gorgeous like place in the mountain, and you feel like the mountain is open, and you get to see the lights coming in inside, and it's just like this temple. And I got to pay respect, and I got to light some candles, and I got to do, you know, what people do, I guess, just like being respectful. I also got to go to night markets, and they're like Malaysian night market. The food was really nice. I really enjoyed Malaysian food, but there's also a lot of choices, a lot of options when it comes to food. I honestly, I was super happy to find a lot of options basically for food, and yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, and of course I went to the twin towers, pretty nice. Inside the city, like there are like a lot of places you get to visit, you get to see, but I just wanted to go and see the main things, and because I wasn't planning to stay a long time inside of the city. After Malaysia, I went to Vietnam. So Vietnam was such a beautiful country, so beautiful, and I'm intending to go back and back and back again, because I didn't like go to the cities. I only like went to Phu Quoc Island. It's just isolated island, pretty nice. I went to this sweet resort, and it was just me, the beach, the silence, the trees. Like you could feel like the raw nature, basically. The raw nature there. Not gonna lie, I was scared a couple of times because I'm someone who is not like familiar with living with a lots of nature and hearing like a lots of sounds. Definitely a new experience for me, but it was super cool, like super cool. I got to experience rainfalls, super scary. I got to experience like rainstorms, and they were like so strong, super strong. Like my mind was racing. My mind was racing. I was so scared because I'm not used to those weathers, but interesting to say the least. I was also scared from like finding out snakes or just like animals or whatever, because the resort was in a very isolated place from the island, and basically there was just like nature and wildlife in there. So yeah, I just got to enjoy the sun, enjoy the food. I had a lot of Vietnamese food, so good. Honest to God, I love the food there so much, so it made the experience much more enjoyable. I spent there a week, and it was such a nice, relaxing time for me, and I felt like I needed that so bad. And yeah, and inside of my room I had one of the best bathrooms ever, because the bathroom was like open, and every time you go there you can see and hear the nature and hear like sounds of birds and hear sounds of other things that I was trying not to stuck with, because I would scare myself out of it and out of enjoying my time basically in there. But it was so good. It was really nice. I loved it. Everyone was super sweet, everyone was super helpful. And after Vietnam I went straight to Laos. Now for Laos I don't know much about it, because I knew it's just a small country and beautiful nature, and I'm sure that people are so nice, but from everything that I could read online, it could be slightly dangerous, especially for a woman traveling alone there. So I was not intending to stay there for long, but I wanted to go so bad. I wanted to go to Vientiane. I wanted to see like some of the places in there, and I wish in the future that I get to see other places in them. But anyways, in Laos I only stayed for like 3 nights, I believe, and I went to the capital Vientiane, as I said, and I went to some temples in there, such beautiful temples, but I was also caught in the rain. First things first, when I went to Laos it was raining, so I knew that I would be staying in the rain. So the whole time I was there it was just like super raining, so, but it was super hot. But I didn't want to give up and make the experience, because I wanted to go and see places. So every time like the rain stops a little bit I would go. So I went to a couple of temples in the city. I also went to the presidential palace, and I went to the Arc of Independence, I think. I don't know the name of it. But it was pretty nice. The only thing I would say about it is that the city was not so full of people. It was a little bit empty. You can see that it's like an underdeveloped country, but it doesn't take away from the beauty of it. It's just because it was a little bit empty, it got me a little bit scared. So maybe next time I go there I would not go by myself, I would go with someone else, so I would feel more secure, I guess, and feel more safe, that I will get to enjoy my surroundings and just like get to discover all of these places and so on. every country I went to, I wanted to get something to remember from that country. And because because my luggage was very limited and I didn't want to get like a lot of things with me, so I already went with the mentality that I would not buy anything, but I had to. So in Malaysia I bought this cute beach bag that says Langkawi Island, Malaysia, and I just wanted to remember, you know, to remember that time I was there. It was really helpful because all the time I just went to the beach, and this was super helpful. And Vietnam, I bought this hat, and it's just hand painted, super cute. I just wanted to remember, you know, my visit there. I just wanted to remember my first visit there. Now in Laos, there was like a lot of things I wanted to buy, not gonna lie. They had like amazing fabric, and you get to like sew like skirts, the traditional skirts and traditional top. It was unfortunate because I wasn't staying there for a longer period of time, so I can like actually do that. But needless to say, I needed to buy something, so I bought this elephant, and it was made from the fabric, like they would sew it in. Super cute, super cute. So it was like a little reminder that I was there, I went there, and this is what I got in Laos. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I got to do this. So happy. Thinking about going to Thailand and Indonesia, and also go to Korea. So those are the countries that I have in my list to go. And yeah, so I just wanted to come here and document this because this was a big deal for me, and I wanted to document that and at least like have that in my channel, because my channel is like a little diary for me, and I would love to go back to it and just see what I did back in those days. So thank you for listening to me, and thank you for watching this video with me, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.